explode, and go hither and asunder. Believe me. Believe me. Ever been on an airplane? Ever sat over the wing?
Yeah.
If you hit anything, a bird, you think it's gonna go through it. It's gonna cause fucking problems for that wing. A fucking bird. A bird! If a bird hits the fucking nose of the plane, big problem. Big problem. Little bird, huge problem. Hit some steel with an airplane on any other fucking day. You're gonna see some real death and destruction, okay? Explosions on the outside of the building where the plane smacked into it. Engines, people, blah, 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 blah. Luggage, maybe even, flying through the fucking sky. No, this fucking plane decides to go into the building first and do its business in private. It doesn't fucking happen that way in the real world. Now, there's a witness, and I use that with very big fucking italics. This fucking guy doesn't look American. He kind of looks Indian. What kind of a name is Train Math? I don't know, but it's probably an anagram for something that's not good. He's sitting here getting interviewed and saying, the plane is coming closer and closer and closer, and I just froze and dove under my desk. He dove under his desk, and the miracle desk saved his life. But the strangest part of the story, especially since we know it was CGI, the strangest part of the story is he insists that the wing went through the fucking glass, through the steel, through the fucking walls, and wound up behind him, perfectly lodged into his door. Now, if I'm not mistaken, all of the other inconsistencies aside, isn't the fuel in the fucking wings? So, even if the fuel-filled wing sliced through Stanley's fucking office and wound up in the door behind him, I think there would have been a little bit of a fire, an explosion maybe, before it got to the door. How did it manage to wait and it's just bullshit. Stanley Crane Math, Devin Clark, a videographer who just happened to film a shot that looks identical to the big, giant CNN shot. Now, what kind of regular person just shoots a shot that is an exact clone of something you get from, like, who knows where they shot it from? A chopper? On top of the Empire State Building? I don't know. You know, I've seen things happen in my life. I doubt if my little shot would have looked like something that came off the news. He's a videographer. He happened to also catch one of the planes going into the building from his spot where he was staying. He's been called up by someone named Jeff Hill, who's on all these guys' asses, you know. He gets them on fucking tape, talking. And you know, if you were just a witness to a horrible accident, you wouldn't have to say, I think my lawyer, that is up to my lawyer. Weren't you in Battery Park, Mr. County, when you took that video? CNN wants the footage tonight. My lawyer says I can't even talk about this now. Because they found out that footage, planes don't fucking enter buildings like cocks go into fucking pussies, okay? They don't wait to explode until they're inside the bitch. No, they fucking crash. Physics is all you fucking need to see that is a complete load of crap. Now, physics is all you need to know that we never went to the fucking moon. But we don't have to go back to 1969. Let's just go back 7 years and get this shit straight. Because we didn't get it straight in 1963. Lee Harvey fucking Oswald? Come on, bro! It's a big fucking game. We have been fucked royally since day one, and it's time to get off the fucking spindle, okay? Period. Fake fucking airplanes on the biggest day in history. Again, another fraud of the rulers of this world. We are screwed, dude. Okay? You see this shit? Darwin. Toilet paper. My ass is way too good for his fucking face.
Any questions?
And cut.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, cut. Cut their fucking balls off.
Oh.
Take two.
Willing suspension of disbelief should not be a prerequisite mind state when watching a breaking fucking news story. Okay? That's Hollywood, baby.
What's that?
Willing suspension of disbelief, one more time, Paula Gloria, should not be a prerequisite mind state when watching a breaking fucking news story.
I don't get it. What do you say, Steve?
Oh, when you go into a movie theater, you've paid your admission.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you're willing to say whatever you show me is worth watching, and I'll go along with it as long as I'm entertained. I willingly suspend my disbelief that this is going to be real or this is going to be true. No, this is going to be a presentation of someone's idea of entertainment.
I love
Is that cognitive dissonance, where because you've paid, you're going to believe it?
Oh, thank you.
No, he says a lot of things.
I know. Well, I like that one.
But it's not cognitive dissonance. That's nothing to do with it.
I don't believe so, because that's to perceive one thing and call it something else.
Is that cognitive dissonance?
Right. Yeah.
We
To
know
perceive,
about the
just a second, to perceive one thing and call it something else because you're invested in it. That's cognitive dissonance.
Well, is the point that Warren was making is the willingness. That's the key issue. Are you voluntarily saying it's playtime within this frame, and so go ahead, give it to me. I'll go along with it for now. If it gets to be painful to me personally or physically, then we're going to have a code word for stop.
A code word for stop.
Yeah, and I guess the point here is that the American public never got its code word right.
What do you think, Warren?
Spot on.
What would your old boss Frank have said?
Probably what I just said. Willing suspension of disbelief should not be a prerequisite mind state when watching a breaking fucking news story. Gloria.
Okay. So
Did
where
I
do
say
you?
Storia, Gloria?
Yeah.
So where do we go from here, guys?
Rio? Always good. Always an option.
I don't know. That's so
No.
giving up on everything. I don't
think
like the
we should really
Rio.
hook up with Howard Stern. I mean, like in a big way.
Yeah.
How's that?
How's that?
Some people say Howard Stern can't call the shots.
He can, of course he can.
He can't.
But he doesn't like that.
He doesn't like that.
No.
Oh, you mean appeal to the male ego?
Well, I will never get on my knees for Howard Stern. He might have a cousin I might like. Once you see Howard Stern's butt, he's got more cellulite than Jerry Hall, and I'm talking lots, baby.
Come on.
I saw the Farm Man presentation, yeah, so he
Yeah.
works out hard, he watches his diet, but
French fries go to one place.
mid-50s is mid-50s,
See my ass, man. She took it out in a fucking clip yesterday.
I took it out because I didn't want YouTube to take it down.
I'm going for I want to be the man with the best ass that's 60.
Good to have goals.
I have goals, yeah. I have goals. It's like some of them small, some of them huge. I want to look like a Calvin Klein model when I'm 60. That's another goal.
Well, I'm sure there's a
I'm going-
market for that.
No, I'm talking about what kind of body I want to make this time around. You know what I mean?
Okay,
We make our bodies.
here's what I want to
You ever do
ask.
that?
And
Into body sculpting at all? No. Training and painting and.
Oh, just trying to keep vertical, I think, is,
That's good.
yeah, that feels nice. I'm more of an endurance guy versus a sculptural character.
No, you make your body. I did it a few times. I'm doing a different shape now. It'll be interesting.
You're more beefed up, is that the point?
No, I was really beefy before. It's like, no, I'm going for a better, like.
he owes his pretty good shape
I'm gonna
right
go
now
for
to a
boyish
policeman.
thing. Yeah.
Talk about the policeman.
Officer
we've been-
Patrick O'Day. Patty, if you're watching this, listen, you should have let me go, but you know what? I lost a huge gut. I'm really into the outdoor life again. You know, I got away from the computer you know, in the sunshine hours. And yeah, it's got me back on the path to total fitness, and I'm thinking about getting a fucking Lamborghini to piss you off.
Fitness. I don't know about that.
I want to get a Lamborghini to piss you off. They're much louder, and I don't drink anymore. Thank you, Patio
Yes,
Day.
just a second.
I gave up vino forever.
Come on, go after him until he helps the Concordia Foundation before that Lamborghini. Okay?
Oh yeah, I would never waste my money on something as silly as an automobile.
Yeah, especially because we have goals and so on. But now that we have
My goal is to
Stephen
have the
here.
best ass on a 60-year-old.
Okay, now Stephen here is going to be the best person to ask. Do you think that Warren's desire to get more active in pornography is going to discredit his absolute artistry of the past and perhaps the present
It's a
as
trick
a musician?
Trick question, because my pornography is already done.
Mm-hmm.
It's not been released,
All right.
except for Dude Tube and X Tube.
Okay.
And it's very popular.
Okay, but you're going to get a level-headed answer. I really
but
trust
so you know,
what Stephen's
the
going to
content
say.
is already created.
Okay, so what
All right.
Stephen's going to say is,
It's old news.
does this discredit, is somebody's, you know, just to say the worst things, because I've heard all kinds of horrible things about myself, they're saying now that he is a has-been artist of the past, he's going into porn.
I have been an artist in the past, and I'm still an artist, and I kind of like where I'm at right now.
No, I know, and the people
No
who,
more airplanes every day, real airplanes. I flew on real airplanes every day. What else did I do? You know, I still write songs every day, and I learned how to use my voice. It's almost as good as my guitar playing.
You mean because of the smoking?
Oh yes, the Surgeon General neglects to tell you, you can be guaranteed a career in broadcasting. I wake up every morning, Paula, and the first thing I say is, how about that next shot of tequila with the worm at the bottom of the bottle and the Asahi chaser? Shall we, Paula Gloria?
I
That's
know.
not easy. It's not
Paula
even
Gloria
easy.
is leaving here because
Try
it's
saying.
my voice.
Try saying, hey, look at the ashtray. The girls just came and cleaned, but it's okay. We're gonna sweep it up later.
Oh well,
It's okay. Make yourself at home.
Maybe
Yeah,
something
make
else.
yourself at home. It's like your home.
cement.
But what do you think, Stephen, about the whole pornography thing? I mean, you've heard him say, I can see a lot of people who would like to strive for a good butt at 60.
Yeah.
And maybe he could be a hero for that. But what about the pornography? People have a terrible attitude about that.
No, I've been exposed to that. Yes, and if people are predisposed to putting someone down for one thing or another, it could be the style of their shoes.
Sure.
But you know what? I've noticed that people who are more open to pornography or kind of aware of its existence, or at least not hypocritical, are the people that are also open to what really happened on 9/11. They seem to have already stepped out of, or figured out their survival skills.
You know why? Because if they were watching one of their favorite porn stars and he pulled out a fake cock, they would know.
There's something to that, actually, in the sense that, unlike any other representational performance, when it comes to the money shot, you know, the women are able to pretend like something's happening. The guys, yeah, that's about as real as it gets, you know, and that's the honesty of the male performance at that moment, when it's not method acting. It's, you know...
Well, the method is, how the fuck am I going to shoot this now?
And the real ones, I mean, I met the ones who thought they could do it and were surprised.
Yeah.
And even the best.
You mean being nervous about cameras and things like that? That
Yeah, I mean,
they
all
can't have an
these young
orgasm?
guys say, "Oh, you can get me into that business. You know people, and oh, I would love to do that."
Yeah. That's it.
And
They're not ready. They're not ready.
I knew this one couple. They came in from Utah, and very nice people, and they had done some still work before, you know, and that's very relaxed, very intimate. There's just, once the lights are set up, everyone leaves but the cameraman. Well, it's different when you're shooting, you know, video, because you got a crew around and all kinds of stuff happening, and it's just sad for everybody. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, because what's the crew gonna do? Get mad at the guy? Only makes things worse.
Yep.
But all this guy
Wow.
is doing is keeping them late.
Oh, God.
So, you know, and it's almost like
Wow.
in baseball, when a pitcher is about to have a perfect game, as the innings go on, no one talks to him. Because they don't want to be the guy that jinxed it or said the wrong thing. So, you know, if he's going to mess up, it's not going to be on me. Same thing. If
Right.
you're on a porn set and things aren't going well, you don't want to talk to the guy. You don't want to be, come on, folks, we're all waiting for you. No. He's under enough pressure as it is.
So that's one of the main reasons why when I looked into the porn industry, and it takes about 20 minutes. If you know someone, it's like 20 minutes and you got the whole thing. You know how many units you can sell, you know how much it costs for a girl to do this,
yep.
how much for a girl to do that, how much for an editor, how much for a cameraman. It's right there. You got your budget, you got the whole thing in 20 minutes. You're in the business.
Yeah.
You know? And I decided to do it myself. It was so easy.
This looks like a pretty, what do you call it, low barrier?
I had willing participants, who
Well, yeah, I bet you did.
either
You were a
be
rock
camera
star,
people
right? You had groupies.
or actresses. They were like not acting. They were like, I did something called fan-fucking-tastic.
Excellent.
Fan-fucking-tastic. And we were in the chat room, and if they first one to make it over, would get to sign the release and do whatever they wanted with me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was fun. I did a lot of clips. It was great. It was funny.
But I still want to hear the answer from Stephen. Because he's a great artist. He really, I didn't know. I'm kind of retarded about rock and roll and all that.
Yeah.
He showed me some stuff.
So she's
Frank
perfect.
Zappa, stuff that isn't released. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing. And I'm sure you can do more.
I'm always doing music.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I was telling.
What?
Well, a lot
Well,
of
I was
women
thinking-
feel pornography ruins relationships. I've talked to women on the women's side. They're married to rich guys,
Mm-hmm.
and they can afford anything they want.
Yeah.
And these women, they suffer at home over that. They feel.
Prostitution ruins it.
Huh?
Yeah. Right.
Well, that's
If you got
kind
a
of.
lot of money, baby, it's like, come on. This is the wonder of today. You're watching the clip, you see the girl, you like her, look her up, see if she's in town. She might be touring. Sure enough, eros.com, this is not a plug. There she is. Hire the fucking porn star that you watch all the time. Have her come over. Have a coffee with her. Have a coffee enema with her. Why not?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
amazing. They will do things for money. At least they're straightforward about that. I mean, that's the old joke about why do rock stars have prostitutes? Why do you pay a prostitute? Not for the sex. You pay them to leave. That was the routine. Because the groupies will come and they have an agenda, so I'm told.
So I'm told. How
Yeah.
humble of you, Stephen.
But otherwise, I mean, all you want is to have the experience and then move on with your life. You don't want to have to endure their spielgas. So, at least with people who are professionals, everyone knows going in, the ABC of what this is all about, and we're going to keep emotional trappings and such for other people other times.
But it's also been claimed that poor guys can't do that, and sometimes they have more real connections. Like Ugly George went around without any money and videotaped people and put them on public access and got public access or pay TV to get going because it was real reality TV.
What's impressed me over the years is women that most folks would consider beautiful. They don't much care about the looks of the guy as long as the guy treats them poorly. You ever notice that? There's a certain mental state that certain women just have an opinion of themselves, and also they were raised in such an abusive environment that to them this is what love is, being put down. And it doesn't matter what the guy looks like, doesn't matter how much money the guy has, they just expect to be treated very, very poorly. And when you see it before your eyes over and over again, it doesn't become an exception so much. It's just one of those odd, dynamics of personal relationships that I've seen on several occasions.
Wow.
Changed my short-term goal now. I want to find one of those.
Oh,
I gotta find me one of
Hang-
those. Because
hang on a
never in my
second.
life have I
Just a
ever,
second. Hang on, Warren.
I've never come across one of those.
Come on.
No,
If
because you're a nice guy.
Right.
he
Yeah.
actually is a really nice guy.
So
Yeah. When you see these really scummy guys, and I mean, it's just a very oppressive kind of environment, and yet the woman, young lady, responds to that.
must have a monster.
Okay, let me put something out to both of
You
you.
must have a fucking monster.
Well, you want to meet the dad, you know, that's the kind of thing. I mean, this was how they were raised, and that's, you know, that was what formed them as children, you know. Oh, you know, mommy punches daddy. I guess that's what people do.
But people get into economic binds. They've got a meal ticket. There's women married to very wealthy men, and the men, you know, they can't perform anymore, and the prostitutes help them. And the women are all distraught because they don't know what they can do, and yet they're not feeling fulfilled. And a lot of them are getting attention from other men, but they want to be faithful to their husbands because they think that that's just one last time. He's going to be with a prostitute, and now it's going to be all back to normal. They keep hoping. So you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get another side of that, because you could be abusive,
See what Anna
be
Nicole Smith
abused.
thinks of this.
Who?
The late Anna Nicole.
Smith.
There's no answer, huh?
Well, you're doing deal on a case-by-case basis.
Oh,
so,
look
you
at
know.
this. You're not going to believe this.
Well, personally, if I had survived this mess of a world with my crazy mom and everything, you know, she married a rich guy and he's a piece of shit, and his family's a piece of shit. They don't want to take care of me, my sister, Danny, Lynn, anybody. This is all crap. Just don't want to deal with these people anymore. And I'm just a little fucking top. That's what I am. Just a little top. Dead fucking top. Dead in the Bahamas. I bit it in the Bahamas. With my mom's fucking gear. Hey, 21 years old. Hooked on methadone. I love Hollywood. My mom was a reality show star.
Show this. This is unbelievable. Tell
Boy,
the story.
That's a signed edition, though. That's
So Warren, tell the story.
no.
Get the video. Check out our homepage over at vh1.com. You can
bought
download
it.
show number 32.
Anna Nicole did that
starring
of
Warren
her
Cuccurullo
child, and he
Bob,
bought it.
Whatever his name was.
It was for a good cause, I'm sure.
It was an AIDS charity.
It's a neat piece, actually.
It's a great piece, my favorite piece in the whole show. Then the kid died, and we're like, ooh, that's a weird painting. Then she died, and we went, this is a really weird painting.
Yes. Major mojo on that painting.
It was like it was a total kitsch.
Should we go?
No, one second.
It was the ultimate kitsch piece for my collection.
Hello.